Our Health Matters series on inpatient rehabilitation continues this morning with part 3. In fact, once again, I am on location at HealthSouth, one of the premier inpatient rehabilitation hospitals in the country with over 100 hospitals nationwide. And I'm joined once again by Dr. Dexanne Clohan, HealthSouth's Chief Medical Officer, and Dr. Cheryl Miller, National Director of Therapy Operations. Ladies, we've talked so much about HealthSouth in the last 2 segments, and today I kind of want to touch upon what someone can expect if maybe they or a loved one has to come here. So, Dr. Clohan, let me start with you. How does the process of being admitted start in the hospital?
Typically, a patient before coming to us is already in an acute care hospital in the community. Perhaps they've had a stroke, been in a serious accident, had a brain injury, amputation, any kind of serious thing that leaves them unable to do their daily functions. So the physician at their hospital might refer them and say, you're going to need post-acute care, more care after the acute care hospital rehabilitation. And remember, I mentioned to you and your viewers, it's important to distinguish between a rehab hospital and a rehab center. So people who have complex needs, who want intensive therapy, who really need help to get back to their daily living, we believe a rehab hospital is the right place to come.
So, Dr. Miller, when they get here, this may seem like a little silly here, but what personal items can they bring?
Well, I think the important thing is that they bring, first of all, the things that are going to make them feel comfortable, like from home. And it's different for each person. Sometimes it's the clothes they wear, but what's really important is that they bring things that they can use to participate in our therapies. We want them to bring regular clothes to get it dressed into. We want them to wear safe shoes because we're going to get them up and walking, hopefully. We want them to bring anything that they're going to need to participate in therapy and receive their care.
It's very hard work when you find yourself with such a disability that you need rehabilitation care. The patients themselves are going to have to work hard as well as the therapy team helping them. Sometimes when people come, they're really at a very low point in their life. It takes a lot of encouragement to get them going.
And when they get here and they've arrived with their bags and their personal items and their pictures and they're ready to go, how do you decide what that treatment will be for that person?
A physician oversees the care here. It's a hospital, and they're going to be seen regularly by a physician. And then the physician also would make determinations about the types of therapy and would call in therapists and work collaboratively with therapists to design a program that would be specific to that patient.
What are some of the specific therapies that a patient can expect when they get here?
So the typical therapy that patients would receive here at HealthSouth include, the first, of course, is physical therapy. Physical therapy is working on the patient's mobility again. So their ability to walk and get into the car and get into the bathroom, just be able to move around again. In many environments, they work on strength, coordination, range of motion, endurance, but in this environment, we're really concerned with mobility at home again. The second one is occupational therapy. That is a therapy that's really aimed at using meaningful occupations in their therapy. So we try to interject in the therapy sessions things that were important to the patient. So if prior to coming to us they enjoyed, knitting or cooking or cleaning, not many of us enjoy that, but if they enjoy those types of activities, we want to use those activities in the therapy. The third common therapy that they're going to get would be speech therapy, and this is very much based on their individual impairment. So if they have difficulty communicating or they have impaired thinking or cognition, we call it, then they might get some speech therapy as well.
And I've come to know this place very well, and I was actually able to see another kind of therapy, which was so sweet to see. It's a pet therapy. Tell me about that, Dr. Miller.
Well, there's many adjuncts we want to provide to our patients' experience, and pets are such a big part of our lives that engaging with the pet is a very warm and fun experience for patients, and sometimes it makes them perform they'll do things with the pet they wouldn't normally do.
Thank you so much for sharing Molly with us. Doctor, how does technology also play a role here?
We use very sophisticated equipment and we use very basic equipment. So sometimes it could be as basic as using a ball or weights. Sometimes it could be as sophisticated as using robotic gait training, where you actually have a machine that can assist a patient, support their body weight, help them walk on a treadmill with robotic arms attached to their legs to help them walk.
But I think it's also important to understand that technology is an adjunct to the services we provide. So having a competent therapist that can use the technologies is an important part of adding technology into our setting.
Great staff, great technology, and Molly, Molly is great. Thank you so much for your time. We'll see you again for part 4.
Perfect.
And a website again for our viewers?
HealthSouth.com.
HealthSouth.com. Thank you, ladies. And if you'd like to learn more about HealthSouth or anything related to this segment, go to our website. It's thebalancingact.com, thebalancingact.com.